What's up, everybody? This is Adam Reese Customs, and today we're talking tape measures. Is your tape measure accurate? How accurate is accurate enough? And does it really even matter? Let's get into it. Okay, you may be asking yourself, is my tape measure accurate? And I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't matter. What? What do you mean it doesn't matter? It doesn't matter as long as you use the same tape measure to measure the space as you do to build your project. That's it. That's the gist of the video. I'm going to go into explaining why and how I came about that, but if your attention span is very short, don't worry about it. That's all you need to know is as long as you use, say, this tape measure, if I want to build, let's say I wanted to build a bin to go in here, right? As long as I measure it with this, I go and build it to the same measurements that I got from here. It doesn't matter if this could be an inch off from reality, right? Let's say I accidentally cut the end of the tape measure off and it starts reading at 2. It doesn't matter. As long as I stay consistent, that's all that matters. The problem will come in if you have another tape measure, and this is how I came about all this, is several months ago I was building this set of built-ins. I measured the job with my old trusty Stanley Power Max. It's probably 30 years old or so. Measured the job, came back, I picked up some supplies and they had these on sale, so I grabbed 2 of these. I built the cabinets with this tape measure. Well, turns out things were a little bit off when I got back to the job site. Now, why is that? Well, it could be because the tolerances are a little tighter on this one because it's new. Maybe this little the dangly part, everybody is not really sure what it's for, why it moves on the tape measure. Side note, it's for if you measure inside or outside, it moves and adjusts a 1/16 of an inch, just so it's accurate either way. Don't think about it too much. But I'm going to show some examples of that, just so you don't have to be like, oh yeah, right, well maybe you didn't read it right. We're going to actually look, and we're going to use this opening inside this cabinet or inside this bench, and we're going to look at a few different tape measures. I got the Cobalt one, I've got the old Stanley, I've got a Family Dollar one that I had to pick up on the way to a job because I left the tape measure and it was 2 hours out of town. This is the only place that had one. So, but it was just for rough measurements for an estimate, so it doesn't really matter. It won't even go all the way back in. And then I got my little baby Stanley 12-footer. So, let's measure this opening and see what we get. All right. For this, we've got dead on 17 3/4. All right. Next up is the old Stanley, old trusty. Wait a minute. That's over 17 3/4. That's almost 17 13/16. Huh. That one is just slightly over 17 3/4, not quite as far as the Stanley. Then we got the baby Stanley. Let's see what it says. Slightly over 17 3/4 as well. So we got some discrepancies in our measurements, right? And as woodworkers, as fine furniture builders, or whatever craft that you do, we generally take pride in knowing our dimensions are accurate and our pieces are built to an exacting tolerance, right? But with these discrepancies, which one is right? Which tape measure is the most accurate? The fact is, it doesn't matter. Key point. I want you to look at this desk that was on Antiques Roadshow. It is a card table that was built in 1794. Okay, The value of that table is between $400,000 to $600,000. And I know what you're thinking, well, it's antique, blah, blah, blah. Think about this though. A tape measure wasn't invented until 1829. So 30 years before, how did they build this card table? That's what I'm getting at. Tape measures haven't been around too terribly long. So don't get caught up on, oh, well, such and such brand makes one and I need that one because it's more expensive and it's super accurate. Back in the day, before tape measures, let's say somebody wanted to build a box to fit this opening. What they would do, this is metal rod, but just imagine this is a wooden stick. Put it in the opening, make a mark on it, and take the stick and build the drawer or the box to the same size as the stick. Come back, it fits perfect. What do you know? Didn't use a tape measure at all. So as long as you're the one doing the measurements and you're the one building the stuff, the accuracy can be whatever you want it to be. It doesn't have to be exact. The problem you would run into is, let's say a builder or a homeowner measures a space and says, hey, I need a 34-inch cabinet, and you build a 34-inch cabinet in your shop, take it to the job, and you never know. They could have measured with a yardstick. They could have eyeballed it and said, it looks about 34 inches. They could have measured it with a cloth ruler. Who knows? That's where you could run into issues. So what I'm saying is, don't get so caught up on accuracy. The tip for the day, use the same tape measure to measure the space or the job as you do to build the project, and you'll come out fine every time. Don't get caught up on brands, prices, anything like that. Consistency is more important than accuracy. That's it for today. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, double tap the thumbs down just to make sure it sticks. And I'll see you next time. Have a good one.